Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs, and I am not sure if I should even call myself that anymore because I think I need to go into the witness protection program. And the reason for that is last week we discussed my large crush on Nicholas Braun, and we reposted it to my story, a clip of the show. Obviously, follow On the Other Line on Instagram, as well as me and the girls. I noticed that he viewed my story, didn't interact with it, didn't follow me, did nothing. So, do we have to go into witness protection? Like, what's more embarrassing, him not reacting at all, or him having not seen it? I almost wish he didn't see it.
Oh, I wish he didn't see it. Do you know? I mean, I'm sure he gets plenty
I'm
of
so embarrassed.
mentions. I don't know. He's famous. You sent us that screenshot of him viewing it. My body and my soul disconnected. I can't believe
I
want to
die.
Braun, I don't know in what capacity he viewed the story, but he's like seen our faces.
Exactly.
That
exactly.
makes me go nuts.
It's a wild situation, and like I said, the universe will bring us together. I'm convinced of that. Whether it is for a lovely friendship or maybe a love affair, who knows? But I just the zero interaction, nothing about it. But having seen it, also he saw my next story, which was just like a rest in peace, Kirstie Alley. So.
And may she rest in peace.
And may she rest in peace. She's on our list of things to talk about today, unfortunately. But so he only looked at those two. I had about 20 stories up, so he didn't really do any research on me.
He didn't even like it.
No, didn't even, nothing. Not into it, not having it. Do you think it's because we were talking about all the bitches that go to Rays?
Or like how thirsty we are for Nicholas Braun? We're like
Probably
just
all
publicly
the above.
thirsting for him?
Yes, probably all the above. So unfortunately to all, I don't know if we can continue the show under this exact name because like I said, I think I need to enter the witness protection program so this never happens again. Very embarrassing. So ladies, what's going on? How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Good.
Yeah? Oh yeah? Convincing. Gia, what's up? What's going on, girly girl?
I don't know.
Fuck.
My brain's just
Damn
not
it.
my friend recently.
Damn, I get that, girl. I get that so much. Getting some sleep? Not really.
No.
I know you're having trouble with sleep. You know, I can never sleep either. That's
I go to bed at like 3 and then I wake up at like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm sleeping in late.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't
it's
know.
probably not good sleep.
It's not good sleep.
No,
I keep having dreams that I have homework. So I wake
Weird.
up like really like stressed.
Anxious.
Like
Oh.
or tests.
Woo,
Oh,
that
geez.
scared me. Oh my God, a ghost. The ghost is like, shut the hell up.
Ghost of Christmas
Stressed
past.
about what?
Yeah, no, literally.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I keep having recurring dreams. I have like a test or a project or something that I haven't done.
I wonder
And
what that
don't know
means. Have you
why.
looked it up?
I bet it's like an anxiety,
I think
Definitely.
it is.
looming in the future thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm like running around campus and then I wake up and I'm like, I don't have homework. I am an adult.
With the job.
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
School's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means. I used to be so into looking up my dreams because I have a lot of, especially when I start sleeping like that. Like if I don't regiment my sleep, which is pretty much never, but that's usually my sleep schedule is like 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. And for some reason at that time or during those times, I just have fucking like nightmares, like just crazy shit. It, maybe like smoking a little bit too much weed has something to do with it. Like who knows what brings on these dreams, but I stopped looking them up because they started getting too specific. I was like, I can't, it'd be like a very specific scenario and there would be like definitely like death involved sometimes and like just crazy shit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening? But I do feel like the like general message behind that is always ends up being like anxiety, fear, sadness, whatever it is. Like it just kind of comes through. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. That's your brain's not working. I understand. I know how that feels.
Bones and all.
But I also watched Order of the Phoenix for the first time in a while.
Hell yeah.
Which was a good one. I'm going to watch the
Excellent.
next one tonight. I think I'm going to go in order and keep watching.
Do it. Just do it. Just go in order and then just pop back up through the begining. Like that's always what I end up doing.
I like watching the early ones, to be honest. I
Me
haven't
neither.
watched like Sorcerer's Stone or anything like that, and I don't even know.
I
It's
pop
maybe
them
the first
on
time
when I
watched
know
it.
for a fact I'm not going to be like looking at the screen. Like if I'm like going to be on my phone or
Yeah.
I'm
Just
doing
brain music.
making dinner
Yeah.
or doing whatever, and it just happens to be on, I'll pop it on. But usually I start at 4 and continue on. Yeah, I know
Same.
people are diehard for Prisoner of Azkaban, but I start at 4.
Yeah, same.
But good. Yeah, let Harry soothe you. Harry
does soothe
always
me.
will soothe, no
Yes.
matter what. It's a great feeling. Just that escapism.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
it feels good. It feels nice. Madeline, how are you? Are you okay?
I'm actually good.
That's
I
great.
hate to be that one. I'm
That's
doing
good though. That's good. We need
I'm
that. We need
doing
the
great.
positivity. Everybody needs to feed off of
Yeah,
positivity. It's important.
Vibes are good over here.
Good.
I don't have much to complain about at the moment.
Happy to hear it.
But my Gia, I feel bad because Gia called me. Gia called me on Sunday after going to Mirage on Saturday night, very
Yeah.
down bad. She's like, "Do you want to go see Bones and all?" And I was like, "I don't think I can do the eating people of it all today."
Yeah, that's tough.
It was really good.
Was it really good?
Oh my
You know-
God, it
you know
was
what I
so
saw last week? Not similar actually at all. I don't think, but thriller related. What's happening? Brandon Walker.
Hello.
Why is he infiltrating our podcast right now?
On the other line, featuring
He's like,
Kelly
listen,
Keegs
yeah,
and
he's
Brandon Walker.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, listen, I know you're off sling, but I'm still the king. You're still the queen. Are they recording right now?
Hello.
They must be. How weird. There we go.
Okay,
There we
sling.
go. Well, shout out to Unnecessary Roughness and another podcast on our network if you like football and such.
would
Brandon
you
Walker,
see?
Casey Smith, Jack Mack. Yep.
Katie.
Katie,
Whole
of
squad.
course. Katie. Sorry, Katie, for forgetting you for a second. I saw The Menu.
Oh, you know,
Is that
yeah.
good?
It was fucking unbelievable. I had no idea what it was about. I had not seen a single, I don't know how.
I don't
I
either.
didn't see a single commercial for it. I didn't see like anything about it. And I was really surprised. But I went to go see it on a whim and it was unbelievable. It was a really good movie. It just came out, so I won't spoil it. But it's a thriller. It's got Lord Voldemort is the main character.
Oh, really? And it's Anya
Rafe
Taylor-Joy,
Fiennes. Yeah, Anya
Yeah,
Taylor-Joy,
yeah.
Nicholas Holt.
Oh, I love him.
A few other people you'll recognize.
You know Warm Bodies?
You def know him. Also, what's the shit
He's
with
in that show with what's her face?
Dakota Fanning?
Yeah. Or it's Elle Fanning.
Sorry, Elle Fanning.
Oh,
The
The
great. He's hot.
he's
know his
hot.
face.
He's
He's
I used
amazing.
to date Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
Yes,
shit, good for
yes. He's another one. I could listen. I'm not picky about my Nicholas. Okay,
Yeah.
it can be there.
Nicholas Jonas.
There's
Nicholas
a
Hoult.
variety of Nicholases that I would.
Yep.
I wouldn't
that's
turn
what I'm
away.
thinking.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it was really good. I won't spoil it because it just came out, so probably not a lot of people have saw it. But it's a thriller. It's really good if you are interested in like restaurant type stuff and like over the top service when it comes to like fancy restaurants. You'll be into it and you'll appreciate it. And it's kind of like it's weird as fuck, weird movie. So I'm glad I saw it. Bones and All was good. That's on my list as well.
So good.
yeah,
I
okay.
just-
I was very like,
Unsettled?
Yeah,
Yeah?
unsettled. Like
Yeah.
walking home. Like I thought I was gonna throw up. I felt very
Damn.
nauseous. And it was beautiful,
Yeah.
but it was just very intense. And it's
Okay.
crazy because it like took something so intense and gory, but then like made it like gentle.
Yeah.
Like it was like a
And isn't that the most
gentle
haunting?
love story
Yeah.
at the same time of being like this disgust. Like I don't know. Yeah, it was just crazy.
Weird.
Crazy, but so good. Timothy Chalamet.
I fucking
Yes.
love Timothy Chalamet. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
I love him.
He's
Yeah.
just so
It's
hot.
not as
like,
gory.
He's
It's
just
not
so
so pretty.
gorgeous.
It's
yeah.
really gory and really bloody and gross, but it's
Mhm.
not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Okay, that's good to know.
If that makes sense.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't decide ever if I am for or against all the extra gore. Like it used to not bother me at all. Now I get a little bit like
I
like
can't do
gross.
Yeah.
But even though it's fake, I think it's because it looks so
It
real.
looks so
And
real
it's
in
just
this.
like,
oh
oh
my god,
shit.
it's crazy. But I don't think that they overdo it.
Okay.
If
That's
that
good
makes
to know.
sense.
Good to know. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. A nice little weekend of movies for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's lovely.
I just watched When Harry Met Sally for the 89th time.
Oh, love! I almost watched that last night.
Ugh, it's just
on
the best
Netflix.
movie in the world.
Instead, I watched. Oh, and this inspires a topic that I want to bring up at the end of this, since we're going to close out with it because I want to hear people's thoughts, and we could talk about it next week too. The Inside Man with Stanley Tucci,
Love him, but I do
and a bunch of other people that you definitely know. But David Tennant, who is Barty Crouch Jr. in
Okay.
Harry Potter. and also Broadchurch, which is a fantastic crime show with David Tennant and Olivia Colman are the main characters. It's an older show. It's from like 2013, 2014 through 2017. It's like a Law and Order type, or The Fallout, I think is one, or I forget the other one.
The Fallout is the one with Jenna Ortega. And
that's
Heidi
not
Ziegler.
that's on my brain because of Wednesday, but I'm thinking about The Falling, Falling. It's got a red haired lady. I don't know. Another like true crime situation. Like if you like crime solving stuff, you'll really like The Inside Man. But before we get to that, I want to talk about a few things. This was me in the car today. I just got back from Vermont. I was in Killington, Vermont for I was at the Pink Whitney Ski House. Shout out to Pink Whitney for putting us up. Beautiful house, beautiful town. I've not been to a ski town. I'm not a skier. I don't snowboard or anything like that. I'm not really a winter girly. I appreciate the snow though, and I appreciate that it was gloomy weather the whole time. It was like rainy and moody and had some flurries here and there. It was really fun. We just got.
I love Killington.
It was a cool spot. Like we went to a couple of the bars were weird. It's a little early in the season. That's what everybody kept telling us. Like it's early in the season. A couple of the bars were like a little weird. I think maybe we were just there kind of early. But we went to one that was my favorite. Was the Pickle Barrel. That one was really fun. It was like. They had a live band going. It was pretty big. There's a lot of people dancing. Like good vibes. Like I like that kind of.
Did they have pickles?
Vibe. To be honest, I like didn't check for them. Like I would have loved. I kept calling it Pickleback. I kept calling the bar Pickleback because it just like came to my head because I used to slam picklebacks. That used to be my thing.
I've never been into a pickleback shop.
Oh my god, I love them still to this day. I love the salt and the pickle juice. But it was a great time, and the house is beautiful. And I'm sad because they have it again for another weekend, and a bunch of people are going up, but I can't this weekend because I have a party with my New York friends that I refuse to miss. A little holiday party. We do a little gift exchange, the whole nine.
Fun.
So that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. And but thank you so much to them for putting us up in that beautiful house. Another thing. This upcoming Friday, December 9th, is Rough and Rowdy. Our girl, Grace O'Malley. Yeah. Grace Mick O'Malley is fighting in it. And I was so inspired. I read her blog today. If you haven't seen it yet, you can check out Grace's social. And she posted a well-written blog about her journey training for Rough and Rowdy and how she's been sober for 5 weeks because of it. And that she never really took a big break from drinking her whole life, which I identify with. I feel like she wrote in her thing, one of the lines was like, my parents have always said like drinking is only a problem if you make it a problem, which is something that like I've definitely heard a million times. Like I don't think that it's not like I have a drinking problem, but it's like I drink a lot, and it's kind of like, oh, I don't even know what month would I take off to even get my body right for something like this. So I really admire her ability to do that. She said that she's been like making all kinds of meals for herself, like just, adult things. And I'm proud of her. And she's going to beat the shit out of this girl who kind of looks like her, but
beat the shit
she
out of
really
her.
is. I saw that video of her sparring with Alex Bennett, which
oh my God.
Alex Bennett, how that's bravery.
I know.
I mean, it's the
brave.
rage behind those punches for Grace. I'm proud. I'm proud as fuck. So I can't wait to see. If you want to watch her fight, it's a fantastic fight. We got to go a couple months ago when Alex Bennett did fight. We went to West Virginia. This time it's in Providence, Rhode Island, and it's going to be outrageous. So go to buyrnr.com for your own streaming link. You can watch it with your friends.
Yeah,
you're gonna go.
We're being there.
Oh yeah, duh. Ooh, so fun. Yes. Okay. So follow them too. They'll have all the info for you.
Yeah.
Another person on the blog I want to call out who wrote a very powerful blog today, Chris Castellani, who is somebody who works with us. He works a lot with the movie guys. He also does baseball stuff. He is, he's great. He's lovely. Such a sweet person. He wrote a very honest blog about his struggles with bulimia and alcoholism, and he is going to rehab. And I've never seen such an honest blog in my life. Like that's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Like I was surprised. I had obviously no idea. You never know what people are going through. You never know what's going on. And I just commend him so much for being so honest about it. And like he wrote just so many details, you know what I mean, about his like personal life. And I think that it's important when you're going through something terrible to be really honest about it, because there are people who are maybe experiencing the same thing, if not worse, or, whatever. They're not really sure what to do, and they feel like they're on an island, and then they see one other person is struggling with something similar, and it can help them in whatever way that it does. And so shout out to him. when he gets back, we'll all be excited about it. But hopefully he does well in the meantime.
He's one of my favorite writers on the blog.
He's so great. He's such a
at
lovely,
writing.
lovely person.
And
Like,
he
has always been a lovely person.
And he's a lovely human being.
He really
too.
is. Yeah, yeah. So we're thinking about him. And like I said, go read his blog if you are, if you're curious about that. It was so well written, and just like I said, like very raw, very honest. And I just love when people are honest like that. I think it's it's brave,
Right.
Calling everybody brave today, but I do think that it's just
totally.
it's amazing. Switching gears away from that into things that I saw on Instagram. The fact that for about 2 hours we thought that there was going to be a sequel to The Holiday.
I know.
And
so
then Nancy
sad.
Myers said, nope,
No,
just
sorry.
kidding. That's fake. What the fuck, man?
So
How did that
sad.
even happen? I missed the
I
lead
know.
up. I missed like how
Daily Mail.
was it Daily Mail?
Yeah.
I saw something about Cameron Diaz and
Jude Law.
Jude Law saying yes or whatever, and then everybody was coming around, and I never I just was like, woohoo, so excited. And then I saw Fran reposted Nancy Myers, and I was like, oh, motherfuck.
I know.
It sucks so bad.
Such a great movie.
And
I
that's a
know.
movie that like could do a sequel because it's like you can see what they're up to now. Like the
Totally.
girls growing up and everything.
Totally.
Like
I guess there isn't really
need.
an opportunity for like a switch again, because that was really cool. But they could I would just like a glimpse into their family holiday. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, how are they doing over the holidays? Like, what's going on in their work lives? Are the relationships still intact? I though would be heartbroken if like one of them had broken up or something though. Like that wouldn't be cool. Like if it was like it's Jude Law, it's Kate Winslet, it's Cameron Diaz, but Jack Black's not in it for some reason. Like
Right.
that would it has to be like everyone has to be doing well and together, and otherwise I don't want it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet this year. Have you guys watched
no,
it
not
yet?
yet. I haven't.
It's time.
It's like sneaky really long.
It is really long. It's
Yeah,
a really
like
long movie.
2 hours and like
Yeah.
15 minutes or something like
I
that.
don't think
Yes.
I ever realized
Because
that.
you usually like cute Christmas movies like that are like an hour
Hour and a
30.
half.
Like
Mhm.
no, it's sneaky.
No, it's a long ass movie, and there's so much in it. Like there's so many funny things in it too that I really like, and I appreciate. Their like misery at the beginning, and both of them just being so like I just need to
2
get the
hours
fuck
and
outta
18
here.
minutes.
That is a
Damn,
long movie.
Yeah,
it's a long movie.
You know what? Okay, another Christmas movie that I think is a hot take. I do not like. I think, which is also a really long movie. I do not like Love Actually.
Oh really? I am on the fence about it. It's not my favorite. I'll always watch it if it's on because I love Emma Thompson.
She's the
But
only
she's the
sleigh in that
exception. She is the only sleigh, and then everything else like pisses me off. Like the scenes with fucking
Hugh
Alan
Jackman, or
Rickman,
not-
Professor Snape,
Yeah.
and that whore bag from his office.
Yeah.
I get so pissed about that. I get so mad about that. I hate it.
There's too much
Hate
going
it.
on in that movie for me to keep up. And then I'm like, I want to know more about like one of the stories, but I don't
Same.
get it. And it took me 3 tries to get through that movie last holiday season.
Yeah, it's
And I was
hard.
just like, everyone sucks in this
Everyone
movie.
sucks. Yeah, that's
and
a fact.
It's
Everyone
just not
sucks.
that cheery of a holiday movie, in
No.
my opinion. And everyone's like, oh my God, Love Actually, because he does the dropping of the cards and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Even that to me is like cringe, low-key.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like-
I've always hated that part of the movie where
And
he's
I-
like,
yeah.
shh, like say it's carolers. Like,
Right.
also fuck you. That's your friend's wife. Like, I don't know. Everybody's kind of a scumbag in
I've
that
only
movie.
seen like the second half of it.
Ugh,
it's just,
don't
I
even
just think
bother.
everyone's a scumbag in that movie.
Yeah.
And like, it just doesn't make me happy. It makes me mad. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holiday movies, especially like a holiday rom-com, I guess that could be like,
Mm-hmm.
I am supposed to be head over heels.
Exactly. I wanna be crying at the end, tears of joy, looking forward to
Yeah.
Christmas. I don't
Not
want to be
being, like,
crying at the end, worried that like
the Prime
my
Minister
husband
is-
is cheating on me with his secretary
Secretary.
at work and buying her jewelry for Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
And
what
then I find the
fuck?
jewelry. That is
Right.
no fun to me. Those movies, like
That
and-
moment when she finds it and then she opens up a box and it's not
Oh my God.
that.
I
And
gotta-
it's like I'm sick to my stomach even thinking about it. Imagine that feeling.
Oh my
like,
God.
oh,
I got
poor
a
Emma
TikTok
Thompson.
edit of that the other day.
Oh!
Like some Taylor Swift, like sad Evermore song over Emma Thompson
Over
finding
that
the jewelry,
happening?
and I was like, "This is the saddest."
Who would
thing.
make that? That's so cruel.
the
Why are you
saddest
trying
thing
to
I've
ruin our
ever
day?
And I was like, "This movie sucks ass." I think.
Fuck. No, I'm with you now. Now that we've discussed it at
Yeah.
length, like I've been on the fence about it and I've been kind of non-committal and in saying whether or not I like it. And I think I officially just don't really like it that much.
Everyone's
Like
a scumbag.
I'll watch it again for sure, but it's just not it's not my favorite thing. No. Next on my list, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, R.I.P. Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Holy
what?
fuck. Do you guys like know her and like her?
Is she the sister in Music and Lyrics? Have you seen Music and Lyrics?
I think that she is. Oh my god, I love that movie. I think that she is the
I don't know
sister
that
in
movie.
that
Oh my God, you've never
music
seen
and
music
lyrics. Oh my God, with Hugh
Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen the poster for it. That was like a movie I wanted always my mom to
see.
rent.
No, it's
no,
Kristen Johnson.
Yeah, Kristen Johnson,
She's
who is
so
who
funny.
honestly reminds
Looks
me so much of
exactly like
Kirstie
her,
Alley.
yeah.
They like reminded me of each other, and she's hilarious too. She's the one
Oh my God, she's
in
like-
Bad Teacher.
And she's in love with Hugh Grant.
Yes.
And he's don't
Yes.
use your phone at the dinner table, Gary. And he's like, oh, I need to take a call. Oh, you take as much time as you need.
Do it. Go ahead. Take it in the other room.
So
Yeah,
funny.
no, hilarious
That
movie,
is
but
a
no.
rom-com you need to watch. Music and lyrics.
Get
That's
me
an-
on board.
that's
I
an
also have
important
been on
one.
a big Drew Barrymore kick list. Like,
Well, I
your
watched.
sister's interview got me
I
into it.
say that's next on my list. I want to talk about her interview because it was fucking amazing. But Kirstie Alley, she is someone who I know her from It Takes Two with Mary Kate and Ashley, the young
yeah.
movie. She's like the cool camp counselor of the one twin, and then she ends up getting together with the rich guy who has the other twin, and it's a whole thing. And she is just like. She's stunning and cool and effortless, and I have always loved her. And anything she's been in after that, I'm obsessed with. I want to even say maybe she was like in the Beethoven movies. I'm not sure. She was also obviously in Cheers for like the older crowd. Like that's like my parents know her as from Cheers. But 71 years old. What
I
a
didn't
fucking
realize
nightmare.
she was 71.
I didn't realize that either. But I also
would've-
think that's like I'm like damn 71. I guess she had cancer or something, which is awful.
She had colon
obviously.
cancer, which is
terrible.
So sad. I didn't realize one that
Heartbreaking.
she was 71 because I
Yeah.
saw that they like people and like all that posted about her, and she looks like not 71.
No, not at all.
And
Not at all.
I
Not
did
even close.
Not realize how old she like.
Yeah.
Not that 71 is old, but I would have captured.
She's older than I thought, for sure. Yes, definitely.
Like I just didn't
Definitely.
realize.
Definitely.
But, oh my, so sad.
So fucking sad. So I was really bummed out to see that. Just what a. I feel like always around Christmas time that happens where there's like someone dies
Betty
around
White
Christmas
last year
and
ripped my heart
oh
out.
my God, right? And, oh, terrible. I'm still crying over what's his face, George Michael.
Oh my
Rest
God.
in peace. Rest in peace, George Michael. He died like literally on Christmas when of Wham. Last Christmas I gave you my heart.
That's like
damn. What a bummer. So whatever. Rest in peace to her. I'm really sad. I'm weird about death, but I just feel like I needed to bring that up. I loved her. I feel like if you are a Mary Kate and Ashley girl, like you love her, and I'm super sad. So rest in peace. With every death though comes new life. Congratulations to Keke Palmer for being pregnant.
Yes.
And announcing it on Saturday Night
I
Live.
love
That was
her.
a lot of shit happened the past couple of days. Like it was a jam-packed weekend, but Keke Palmer being pregnant and announcing it on Saturday Night Live was very funny. Like I thought that was cool. I don't usually like a pregnancy situation, an announcement or whatever. They're usually cheese, but I thought it funny and cool. And Keke Palmer's amazing. She's not married or anything, right? Like
She's a boyfriend.
She's boyfriend, whoever he is. Good for them. That sounds wonderful. She seems so psyched. And God, is she funny? I always forget.
So funny.
She's
so
great.
fucking funny. What's like her main thing right now? Do we know? Like,
She was
does
in
have-
Nope.
Just a Nope.
Oh, she was in Nope, yes.
Yeah.
But does she have like a show or anything right now? I feel like I wish she did.
No, she was in
No.
Nope. She does a lot of like comedy. Like I think she does like comedy.
Really, really.
Yeah.
I know she does obviously she does TikToks and stuff. She's funny.
She's
makes
so
funny videos.
True Jackson VP.
That's him wishing we had another season of True Jackson VP.
Apparently her
was in
boyfriend.
Hustlers.
Hilarious.
Oh, she was in Hustlers.
Oh yes.
Apparently her boyfriend's last name is Jackson. And
No
we're like,
fucking way.
Oh my God, they could have a baby named True Jackson.
No, stop. I mean, does she not? Is she not going to name her baby True? 'Cause it
True.
sounds like she has to. She has to.
I know. Also,
Wow.
her boyfriend is very attractive. I saw a picture of him.
Oh yeah,
Good
I
for
haven't
her.
done enough research on their
They're one
life.
of those like what is it, private but not secret relationships.
Ooh.
Like a Joe Alwyn Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Speaking of
Oh yeah.
What?
the Joe Alwyn Paul Mescal conversations with actors on actors.
Wait, I haven't seen this.
So Paul
What?
Mescal and Joe Alwyn, I think on
Well,
December
of course,
15th.
they're both. What is it? Conversations with Friends and
Yeah.
And Normal
Sally Rooney.
people. Sally Rooney. Yeah.
They're doing a.
Oh, they haven't done it yet. Okay.
It releases like next week.
Oh, well, fucking amazing. Wow. Thank you for telling me this. That's huge news.
It was
Oh my
like
God, I'm
huge
going
day
to
for
melt
depressed
on the
people.
stage. I'm literally going to melt on the stage. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But
But it's funny because like Joe
so
Alwyn,
crazy.
like he's like, what has he
You're
done?
just not hype for him. He's in The Favorite. I loved him in The Favorite with
I've
Emma
never
Stone
seen
and
him.
Olivia
Oh, the
Colman.
period piece? I've only
Yes.
seen him in Conversations with Friends.
No, check him out in The Favorite.
Okay.
Because he plays this like kind of dickish like night guy
Yeah.
who comes through and tries to date Emma Stone. It's a whole thing, and he's like funny and cute and cool.
Yeah.
I think he's so fucking cute, and like the
he's
way
so
his
hot.
face moves, like I don't know what it is. Like that's crazy. I know. But oh my God, I love him. So that's the only other thing I've seen him in. I think he has other stuff.
That's why Taylor Swift calls him poor.
I know. How embarrassing, right? Oh, my poor boyfriend. Yeah, but he's so artistic. He writes music too. Like, he's so amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna be
that's gonna be incredible. Wow. I'm surprised actually though that Phoebe Bridgers stands are still like on Paul's side after they got engaged, because they're all like wanting to marry her themselves, you know?
You can't not like him though.
He's amazing.
He's just so cute, and he just seems so nice.
Right.
And
so
funny,
genuine.
Yeah, he just
right?
seems very
he has
genuine.
an earring.
Yeah. I feel like they all just like live in that town that they filmed Normal People and Conversations with Friends in.
Yeah.
Like that's just, it's like the same place.
Ireland.
And they all just have moved there now. Like,
I want to see
that foursome of friends.
I want to see his new movie where he's a dad. I think it's called After Sun or something.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
It's an
I don't know what
A24
that
movie.
is.
Like,
of
sign me
course.
up.
Love
And
it. All
he's
A24.
he's
I'm such a bro.
dad with like a 10-year-old daughter.
No way.
I will eat that up.
I would cry my eyes out. That might make my ovaries pulsate a little
know.
bit. It's rare. It's rare when that happens, but that might get me going. Damn. He's so cute. Remember when Normal People came out, when there was like 20 Twitter accounts that were like, what's his face's chain, like Paul Mezcal's chain. What's his name in the story? I can't remember. Connell's chain.
Yeah.
And it was like, because when they were having sex, always the chain was like so prominent for some reason.
That became
and
a TikTok trend after that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, gross. Like people are so fucking weird. Like, relax.
That show is the
People are
best
so
show
horny.
ever made of all time.
It
ever.
really is. It's a great depression show.
You Connell?
Have you watched it?
No, but I've
What?
I know, guys. I haven't seen anything. I'm
You
so
are
awful.
crazy. What do you do? What do you do?
I just sit there and
Like
stare
all
at
I
the
do is watch
ceiling.
TV. Like
Yeah.
you just stare at the ceiling.
Yeah.
I have nights like that too.
That's like something that like,
That
and
is
I know
rare.
I always say like, oh, you need to watch this, you need to watch
I
that.
know.
That is something that you
It's
will
very
eat
important.
that up.
I know I
Yes.
will. It's one of those things. I know exactly what happens because I've seen so many TikToks about it. But I do want to watch it because I love both of those people, and I
Yes.
think I would love it. Like I have no doubt that I'm gonna love that.
You would love
It's
it,
just-
absolutely.
I just am. I never get around. I don't even know what it's on. I don't even know how to watch it.
It's
Hulu.
on Hulu.
They're both Hulu. But
I watched
so,
it during COVID,
same.
and
I read the book.
I
too.
couldn't
Did you read
see
it?
straight for like 3 days after.
too.
I read the book after.
So did I,
Yeah.
which I think is the way to do it.
I
Like I
agree.
usually disagree and think the other way around.
Well,
but
they're so similar, anyways.
right,
They're, like,
they're very
literally spot
similar.
on.
I think that reading the book afterwards helped me understand the show more. But I
'Cause
think
the book is hard to read.
It is,
Yeah.
and I think without that, the like visuals of the show, it would have been
I
harder to
completely
understand
agree.
the book. Like
she
I think
doesn't
that
use fucking quotations.
exactly.
So
I
you
think
don't
that
know who's talking.
right. It's crazy. Yes, it's crazy. But I think that the miscommunication is like the underlying theme of the whole thing. It's like they
Right.
both just like they love each other so much and they just can't figure it out because they can't communicate. They're both like
Yeah.
too afraid to like communicate the right way. It just rips your fucking heart out. Like
Yeah.
it's such a good. It's so accurate. It's so accurate. Like, and it
Yeah.
makes you feel so sad, wondering like, what are all the things that I've missed? And like, you know, it really makes you think. It's a
I know.
deep thinker.
I say it all. I need to watch it, but
It-
like
You gotta
I've
watch
seen
it.
the whole
Sent
thing
me
on
into a
TikTok.
spiral.
I know, but it's not the same.
I mean,
it's
I
not
just
the same.
quoted it to you, and I
Yeah.
know exactly what I mean.
She did. She even knew about the trend with the chain. Like
I
that's
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
But no, you watching it is another thing. Like there's so many more details. And then Conversations with Friends is very different, but
love that, did
sexier.
It was all right.
I thought it was like sexier.
Yeah.
It wasn't as like sad.
No, definitely not as sad.
I
Did you
love,
read that book too?
No, I keep meaning to.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'm wondering if I'll like it more after I read the book.
I thought it was all right. I
Yeah.
thought that the problem is that the two main girls, the girl and her friend, are so insufferable. I think
They're the worst. Yeah, even the main girl, the girl.
Yeah, the main
with
girl,
Joe
I
Allen,
forget her
she's
name.
so
Yeah.
annoying. I can't think of her name either. But
and the girl that
sometimes
she's
I
like
was
an
liking
on and
her.
off thing with her like
Yeah.
friend that she lives
Yeah.
with. They both are just so like,
The
oh my
wor-
god, I know everything, and I'm.
They're
so
the
much better than
worst,
you.
kind of. They're the worst, and
Yeah.
I hate that I now like associate those actresses with that because I think that the characters are just annoying, and
Yes.
and now I'm like annoyed by them. But what makes up for it in that show? Obviously Joe Alwyn, but also Jemima Kirk is in that
Yeah.
show, and
She
I
slays.
fucking love her.
Yeah, she's so good.
Anything she does, I am in on. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why, I'm obsessed with her. I loved her. Her sister was in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Loved that. Like the
Gone
Kirk family. I'm all in on.
Yeah.
them. They're fantastic.
Sally Rooney loves like a book that has like no plot, but at the
Yep.
same time has like a plot. If that makes
Right.
sense.
She writes about feelings only. Like she
Yeah.
might as well write
It's
poetry.
like deep feelings that like you
Yeah.
don't even read on the page. Like you
Exactly.
have to like interpret.
100%. I appreciate it though.
No, I love her writing.
Yeah.
Except her last book sucked.
was her
Beautiful
last one?
World. Where are you?
Oh, I didn't even read it.
So bad. Don't
bother.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'll keep it off my list.
Yeah,
I do have a conversation with my friends on there still. I want to read it, but I
that's worth the read, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of dating, honest conversations, whatever, I watched last night all of the Drew Barrymore interview with Rhea and Fran on Chicks in the Office, their 500th episode. Woo-hoo! Congratulations to our girls. Woo!
Yay.
It's so many fucking episodes. It's like
It's
a ridiculous
crazy.
amount of time.
I know.
Like,
what?
wow.
I didn't even realize.
Wow.
that
Me
they
neither.
were- I feel
like it was just 300, right?
Right, Kelly? I know.
Yes.
You worked here when it was 300.
Yeah, I
Right,
know.
because there were the balloons all there. But you know
Yeah.
what, though? They do like
Yeah.
3 times a week now. So I feel like it probably
Right.
sped up after that. But damn,
It
that's a
was
lot of
crazy.
episodes.
I was like, I feel like I just got her like flowers for their 300.
Exactly.
Right, because if you think about it, it's like 3 times a week, 52 weeks a year, it's like 150 episodes a year, which is
That's so
nutso.
insane. That's so insane. But they're crushing it. They're doing great. But their latest episode, their 500th episode, was a sit-down interview with Drew Barrymore. And they could have talked to her for 12 more hours. Drew did not want to leave that interview. She, at the end, was like, they were like, all right, we got to wrap it up. Like, Drew, you got places to be. And she just kept wanting to chat with them. So I thought that was wonderful. I'm sure that made them feel really good. And but what I loved about that interview and what I love about Drew Barrymore is that she's another person who's just like so honest about how she feels and her life and the mistakes that she's made. And she's not like ashamed of anything in her life. She feels that everything that she's done has led her to where she is. And she had really good advice about Rhea and Fran asked her a good question that was like, where were you, or what would your feelings be when you were 15, 25, and 35? And she kind of went in and talked a little bit about each age. But I loved at 25, they talked about a lot because Rhea's 25 right now. And she was just like, oh my God, like you go out, you party, you meet boys, you just like act irresponsibly.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it sucks a few years later because you're like, oh man, like I did all those things, but never like regret it, never stop doing it. Like it's just a fun thing. And I really related to that. And I was like, this is so nice. And then she talked about 35 as well, saying that it's like a pensive time. And I feel like that's what I'm getting at right now. Like I just turned 32, and I feel like I'm in my pensive era. I'm in my wisdom era, my wise old owl era. Like I think that's what I'm doing right now.
I feel like you
And
are a
You
wise
are.
old owl.
You
I
give
feel
us-
like that.
You give
Yeah.
us like advice and
Do you feel that way? I
Yes.
always am hoping that. I always am
Yes.
hoping that
It's
it's
like
like
older sister vibes.
Totally.
that's what I'm trying to do. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I just feel like it's so nice to like talk about the things that you've gone through, either as a fun story or a cautionary tale or whatever it is. And I think that Drew Barrymore has done such a good job of that with her like show. That's really the whole purpose of her show. She's like, I just want to talk about what's going on in my life. I want to interview my friends. I want to interview people I find interesting. And I love her show. I love how she does it. And I love her as a person. And did we talk about this last week, or did I talk about it with my friends this weekend about her like finding the window behind the wall? That TikTok that she did, it was like a whole video. She like was in her New York apartment.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And she was in her New York apartment, and she always was like, this wall just like doesn't really fit in with everything. It just feels like there should be a window here. And so she like hired people to knock a window in the wall and wanted to like try to put a window. And when she knocked through it, she found out there already was a window there. And she was just like exclaiming. She's like, I knew it. Like I knew there was one here. And she's like crying, and she's like, let the light in. And I was like, I fucking understand. Like it's so important to have light. And it's like, if you feel like you know something is there and something is not right and you get proven right, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just like the validation. I literally sobbed when I saw it. It was so ridiculous, that too. And then her like crying in the rain and stuff. Like,
Oh my God.
Go out in the rain. Like I just
know.
love her
It's-
energy. I
it's
love
very
it.
funny.
That's some shit I wish I want to, that's what I want to do. Like I will become that.
She's
I
like the
just,
cool older aunt,
totally.
and like
I love
she
it.
She is just so honest and so open and it's normal.
Yes.
Like, and I asked you, like, Fran said she was so normal and chill, and it's like, yeah, like she could be the most closed off,
Yes.
awful person based on what she's gone through in her life, and she is like literally a ray of light.
Absolutely.
I
She's just taken
adore her.
everything in stride her whole life. And she talked a little bit about how she stopped drinking like 3.5 years ago. And
Yeah.
she was like, it's not that she's like, I'm not in a program. I'm not like doing anything like that. But she's like, I just feel like whenever I drank, it wasn't fun. Like I didn't go in and have a glass of wine. I went in and had 3 bottles. Like it was just always kind of like that. And it, I had no routine to my life, and I wasn't having fun with my friends. I wasn't remembering things, whatever. And so she just kind of like turned her whole life around, and she likes having a routine now. She likes being like regimented, which I'm telling you, I'm on that vibe right now. I'm dying for a routine. Like I got to put myself in one. It's just hard, There's so much good wine. There's so many good things to watch on TV. It's hard to get yourself together and like do things.
I'm doing dry January. I can't wait.
Are you really?
I did it last year and it was one of the, I've never felt better.
Really?
Oh
I
my
believe
God.
it.
And I don't drink like heavily.
Yeah.
But it was like the best I've ever felt.
It was just a nice thing.
Oh my God.
I always am like wanting to consider it, but I just love wine so much. I have so much wine coming to me that I ship from Napa. So it's like, how can I?
Right. I like, and I don't like to drink on the weekdays, but if
I'm the same. I don't drink by myself or during the week.
You know, if I wanted like something fun and fruity, I would just, the Olippops and the Poppies, like all of those fun little sodas I went through, I just put in a wine glass. I'm like, this is like the same thing.
It really is. They're so fun. I drink those all. I drink seltzers all the time.
Oh my God.
Like that's constant. I need it. I love the bubbles. I love the taste. Like they're so good. They're amazing.
But it was like the best thing I like ever did for me. And again, I only did it for January. I want to try to see how long I can do it this coming January and see if I can keep it up like through the winter at least and see how long I can go. I was like the most fun I've ever been. Like I stayed out later than I usually do, which is
really
because alcohol just makes me tired.
True.
So
that's fair.
I'm like, okay, it's like 1:30, 2 a.m. I'm just tired. I want to go home. I would be out till like 3 a.m. and people are like, why are you still here? Like you're sober. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm having fun with my friends still. But I'm just
still
not
making
tired.
memes. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just not, I'm just not drooling on myself.
Right.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
just like, I'm still just as fun, if not more. I'm so like,
yeah.
I don't need alcohol to have fun. But I was like, I'm so fun still.
Yeah.
Like I feel good in the morning when I wake up.
That's the fucking key. Well, that's what got me to stop drinking. First, I never drink by myself anymore. That's just not my vibe. And
same.
I don't drink during the week unless it's like a drink
event.
at dinner or like if I'm doing something like that.
Exactly.
Never like in my house or anything. But waking up without a hangover is like such a good feeling. Like I just can't handle the hangovers anymore.
Right.
I was so fucking hungover on Friday. I went out for my birthday unexpectedly. I wasn't like planning on it. I was just going to go to a lunch and then I was going to come home and like do laundry, pack for my mountain trip and like take a bath, maybe like really do a lot of like self-care, self-soothe. And I ended up like, of course, taking it too far, having too many margaritas at lunch and ended up going to a bar, went to the movies, went to another bar, like went shopping. I bought a fucking puffer from Aritzia. Like why?
Did you get a super puff?
Yeah, the super puff. And I was like, I needed a new, and Aritzia was right there. And I knew Fran had got one in like a light color. And I was like, I want black. And I know it's a good one. I've seen it in person. I'm just going to buy it. And it was amazing. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm very happy about that purchase. But it was just like, it got out of hand. And it was, I had like every kind of liquor, every kind of alcohol. I also don't really drink liquor a lot anymore.
Neither do I.
And
I like kind of cut off liquor.
Yeah, it just gives me a headache. I also don't love how I act if I drink too much liquor. I'm kind of snappy,
I get mean.
Yeah, a little mean. And so I woke up and I could tell already that I just like felt pickled. I was like, my brain is swimming in alcohol for sure. And my eyeballs were hurting. Like, like when you're so hungover, literally you can feel the alcohol in your eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I was just like vomiting all morning and I had to get in the car to drive 5 hours to Vermont or whatever. And it was just a living nightmare. I was fine after about like an hour and a half. I ended up being okay, but holy Christ, like I can't wake up like that anymore. Like I can't just have those days all the time. That's crazy.
Right.
It's just like too much, too excess.
I also noticed,
so special occasions only.
Like for like the dry January part, like especially especially in New York, like it was the dead of winter. It's the dead of winter, and I didn't want to like lock myself away.
Totally.
Like if I like stayed out too late, I was like, I'm just gonna stay inside all day. Like I didn't want to do that. I would like not go out and like walk around covered in snow, but like you know what I mean. Like I didn't.
Well, you run errands. You run out to grab something instead of like
a functioning
door dashing
member
it to your
society.
door. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And
totally.
It was. And I lost like a lot of weight.
Oh yeah,
really quickly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that. Like as soon as you stop drinking, you lose a ton of weight.
Yeah.
That happened when I stopped drinking.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. We're in.
Perfect. Whenever I started, or when I stopped drinking by myself, I noticed that I lost a lot of weight because I would just drink wine. I would drink like a bottle. I'd come home, drink a bottle of wine. Like that was just how me and all my friends always did that. Well into my 20s. I think maybe I was like 28 when I
did that in
stopped
college
doing
every
that.
Wednesday.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And so it was just a lot. And I was just puffy all the time. Like I noticed that, like, not that I don't wake up puffy often. Like I do. I still am puffy as fuck, but it definitely helps. It helps a lot with that.
I highly recommend it to like anyone. It's really nice.
I feel like the thoughts on dry January have changed. Like I feel like it used to be like like whatever, like health kick, blah blah blah. Now it's like people are just like, I need a fucking reset. Like I need a break. Well, especially after Christmas and
so
stuff.
many people now are like sober curious or like low alcohol. Like I've just try.
Sober curious.
That's
What
like
a
the
na-
new thing on TikTok.
I've never
I see.
heard that.
Really? Oh my God, I see that on
No.
TikTok all the time. I'm like, I'm living
Sober
a sober
curious? That's
lifestyle.
fucking hilarious.
It's like people who want to see like what life would be like without alcohol, but they're like, I'm not sober. Like
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
want to drink, I will drink. Or they're like, I'm in my low alcohol like lifestyle, so they'll go out and have like one drink a weekend or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's at least on my For You page. That is like everyone is
That's
up to.
so interesting. Well, it's about to be on mine probably because we're
I'm
talking
just
about
talking
it.
about it, but like I go out
That's
now.
interesting.
I'll limit myself. Like since dry January, I like have cut down on my drinking for a year. I like will go out have 2 drinks. And
Yeah.
then, like I'm just gonna switch to water.
Yeah,
And
for
I go home.
sure.
I also get so nervous in the city because I always get nervous if I get too drunk that I'm not gonna be able to get myself home and then get kidnapped and
That's fair. That's
tucked
very
away
fair.
and never be seen or heard from again.
Uber's the greatest thing for that. We didn't have, I mean, we had Uber when I first moved to New York, but it was like barely. Like you didn't really like totally trust Uber yet.
Right.
This was in like 2014, something like that. And you would just jump in cabs all over the place.
Right.
And I remember specifically being like blacked out in a cab one time and like fumbling with my phone trying to like send a picture of the medallion to someone just in case, like shit like that. I was like so paranoid about being kidnapped and murdered when I was too drunk. But luckily
We're still here.
good to go. Knock on wood everywhere. But interesting. Sober curious.
You
What
gotta or it's like
what a phrase. Like,
they all just drink
that's
Kin
hilarious.
Euphorics like from Bella Hadid.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, I'm sober curious and drinking Kin. And it's like
I forgot about Bella Hadid.
it's like thank you to Kin.
Has she
for-
said that? Maybe I have heard that.
Probably. But
But she,
it's
yeah,
like
I
that
remember her
shit.
non-alcoholic things, her
Yeah.
like drinks or whatever. That is so fucking funny. Wow.
That's
yeah.
that's what I get on my For You
I
page.
don't
It's like
know.
how to live a sober curious lifestyle.
That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Well, we're all gonna be thinking about it. I'm probably not gonna do it. Like I said, I have a massive shipment of wine coming, so there's no way that I can like avoid it all. But regardless, it's whatever. You know who maybe should have gotten a little sober and thought about their actions before following them through are the hosts of Good Morning America, who are now not allowed on the air together at the moment.
So exciting.
Wow, how tough is that? Did you guys see that today?
Yeah. Wait.
So
today?
It was either today or yesterday.
I saw that they're not on the air. Right
they're not
now.
on the air. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not on the air. So we mentioned this last week. A story that we were going to be watching closely was the 2 news anchors on Good Morning America, Amy Rohrbach and
TJ
Holmes. And to be honest, 2 names that I didn't even know before this happened.
I knew Amy Rohrbach.
Her name was familiar to me, but I couldn't have told you like what she was on. But so they obviously had an affair. They're getting divorced from their respective partners. They are like fully together. And they like went on the air together the day after all this news broke, and people like went apeshit. Like they probably had the highest viewers I'd like in a long time. You know,
my
Good Morning
God.
America, people tuning in to see like the awkwardness or what's
Yeah.
going on or whatever. And then they are now promptly taken off air. So I don't know who is. Well, I guess I read something that was like during an ongoing investigation. I'm like, what kind of investigation? But I guess if
Right.
you're like coworkers at work, it's like tough.
I saw this tweet that was like, people now are taking cheating just like way too seriously.
Way too seriously.
And
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Like, you don't need to lose your job because you
No.
cheated on someone. I'm
it has
sorry.
nothing to do with your
I think
work. It doesn't.
Yes, I think cheating is awful and
Yeah.
you should never do it, and it's fucked up.
So fucked, yeah.
But it's like, you don't need to lose your job.
You don't lose your job. It doesn't mean that you're like the fucking devil. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you
Yeah.
deserve like to die in every other aspect
Yeah.
of your life. Like that's just not
It's
that's not
just
right.
like
It's
so-
weird.
yeah.
But the place like Good Morning America though, it's like not I
They're
don't agree
very,
with
like,
it, but it's very family oriented.
right.
Family,
So,
it's Disney.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like
And
they
they're
don't want a scandal. Exactly. They don't want a scandal. They don't want to encourage like, you know, the sexual tension on screen. Like they don't want people
Yeah.
watching for those reasons. Like I don't know who is like making those decisions. I have to imagine it's a bunch of old people in a room. Like just
1000%.
like old ladies, old men,
Yeah.
like making these decisions being like,
I
I
think
can't
if
see
anything, it
these 2 are
benefits
on the
them.
screen are having sex. Like
Yeah.
get them off.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's like the vibe, but I don't know. I think that that's ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous.
Who cares?
I just
Like,
think it's so juicy.
it's so juicy.
Which is
It's the
sad to say 'cause
juiciest
it's
thing.
real people's lives, but it is juicy.
No, it's totally juicy. Like it is. It's just that's what it's like. Like they're famous people who are on TV who had an affair together and they have like on-screen chemistry, of course. And it's like now I want to tune in and watch their chemistry more. Like I'm interested. I'm
Right.
you know, whatever. I feel bad for their respective partners, but damn, I don't know. I don't know them.
I also feel bad for like the other co-hosts of Good Morning America because
totally.
that just I feel like it's like I didn't fuck my co-host. Like,
Right,
now I
right.
got to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But
And it's also to think about those people and all the questions that they're going to get like over the holidays and stuff from their own families, and the questions that they get from all those people like, oh, what's going on at your office?
Michael
What's going on in your
goes home.
exactly. Like how is he going to explain that to his extended family? Like
Right.
it's tough. It's just, how are they trying to, keep selling this wholesome show? But I don't know. Like maybe I'm too far past wholesome or like appreciating wholesome to really understand why anybody would care about that. But
I think it's because it's Disney. I think is a big thing.
probably, yeah.
And I think it's different. It was like with the guy and a producer, or like the woman and her AD, like
Somebody who is like not on camera, someone
They
who's like
are
behind the
this.
scenes. Exactly, yeah.
like if
Right,
me
they're
and-
probably like touching fingers underneath.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but how like scandalous? Like, how it's just it's so salacious. Like, I can't
wait for a TV show to be made
it's
about
too
this.
juicy. Yeah, right. It's just too juicy to ignore and not be like interested in and whatever. So I don't know. Like, I feel bad. I feel bad that this is happening to their families and their friends and whatever, and obviously their significant others. But
Also the fact
I'm
that
interested.
Oh wait, what was I just gonna say? Oh, never mind. Wait.
No, must have been a lie. The fact that they're on air, the fact that they
Literally
are-
no idea. That just
Damn,
fleeted
maybe it'll
out
come
of my
back.
mouth.
Maybe it'll come back. Keep thinking. But yeah, I don't know. So just I'm still following the story closely. I think it's very interesting. I think that they definitely deserve to come back on air like immediately. It'd be fucking insane if they got like fired for real. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I think that's all the things on my list. Did anything else happen this
You said you wanted to circle
before I
back.
had?
Wait, you
I
know
wanted
what
to
we
circle back
didn't-
to a topic, but is there any other things
There's
that happened?
one part of that we didn't include, or at least
Which
I
one?
don't think you guys talked about. The fact that TJ, whatever, he like, did you see that Facebook post or whatever he posted on Instagram about his wife?
No.
I guess that he like may or may not have cheated before.
He has cheated before.
Yeah, he has cheated
Oh.
before with another co-worker producer.
Fuck.
And he like
People-
posted like,
People
I love my
be
wife.
fucking in
Yeah,
media.
people
I'm
be
telling
fucking.
you.
He was like, I love my wife. Like she puts up with all my shit. Like, like through the, it's always like when a couple posts like through the good times and the bad times.
Of course,
like
the bad times are
know
cheating.
that
Yeah,
they-
it's always
you
the
know
bad
that
time is
they
I
are
cheated on
having
you
a
with
lot of bad times.
my PA. Yeah,
Right.
that's always it.
Also, just
Yeah.
remembered the
Oh.
fact that the wife hired a PI is juicy too.
That's so
Oh, I
juicy.
didn't know that
That's
either.
Taylor
That's
Swift
how
stuff.
they
That's
found
vigilante
out.
shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's because she is. I think because the wife. It said the wife found
Scandal.
evidence.
That would make a really good movie.
I'm
know.
loving it.
The wife found evidence, like a card from her. Like she found something happening. It's happened before. So then she hired a PI and
Fuck.
found out.
Yeah.
That is so girl
I
boss.
love that shit. I love
That's
that
crazy.
shit.
I feel very
I,
bad
And I
for
hope
that
she gets a
woman.
big fat lump sum of money.
I hope
because
so
of it.
too. This is something that I would like to put out into the universe and onto the airwaves. And I would like this in a clip so we could share it far and wide. I would like a friend or someone to come into my life who is a PI who I can use at my leisure. And I will, I'll promote your business. I'll referrals, whatever. I just feel like there's some things I want to know sometimes that I would love a PI for. But I don't even know how to go about doing that. You know what I mean? Like I'm a nosy fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And at what point is it like too much to be like hiring a PI? But what if I just did that? Like if we just kind of, they kind of like work for me on the side and I
Yeah.
get to like help them out somehow. Like, I don't know,
Start
guys.
having
I think I need to
personal
start.
PI.
Yeah, I think I need a personal stalker to stalk on my behalf.
you
I'm
get a
running.
PI?
I'm busy. I'm a busy girl.
Yeah.
And there's things I gotta know. You know
That's
what I mean?
actually not a bad idea.
You know?
But
And
then
you
you're
guys
gonna
can
find
borrow.
out so much stuff
you're
that
gonna
you
find
like
out shit you
don't
don't
want to
wanna
know.
I know, but I'm just so nosy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would love it. You guys can borrow whenever.
Perfect.
Okay, slay.
So cool. Shout out to all the PIs.
I would love to put a PI in like my guy friends.
That's what I mean. Like just
Oh,
just like
God.
Just
nosy
to, like,
stuff. Like
see
I want to know
what
what like my
they're
friends
doing
are up
when
to
I'm
when
not
they're
there.
lying or
I want
like
a personal
you know.
fly on the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's yes. So that's what's happening. If you are a PI, slide in my DMs if you want to work for free. Okay, so I think that's everything that happened over the weekend, right? Like
I
drama
think so.
related.
I feel like we got.
Oh, I did see a thing about Taylor Swift's second most powerful female musician in the world or something like
Behind,
that.
like, Beyonce?
Rihanna is number one.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Which makes sense. And I think it has a lot to do probably with her,
Fenty.
with Fenty and all of her business endeavors,
Right.
which are extremely successful.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them both. So a lot of people catching Forbes things.
There are a lot of 30 under 30 people.
There's a lot of 30 under 30. And I'll tell you what, I was always very disappointed that I was like
Do you have to be
never
a
even
millionaire?
close.
No.
No, you just have to be nominated, and also like you can like nominate yourself and put yourself in. A lot of PR
gonna do that.
teams, like
Yeah, I think
put,
it's like a PR
yeah.
thing.
like
Oh.
a lot of PR teams will submit and then they pick and
I'm
choose.
gonna have Kelly
and
Martin
whatever.
put my name.
Gia
in.
Mariana.
100%. Well, so I'm bummed out that I obviously can't be considered in the 30 under 30
There's
anymore.
40
But there's
under
still
40
40
though.
under 40, so there's still time.
Is it only 30 people?
No, it's okay. So there's
No, it's
20
like so much.
What
categories.
the fuck is the name?
There's
then?
20
It's
categories,
crazy, I know.
and then there's 30 people per category. So there's 600.
It's
people.
so many people.
Oh.
Like
So
there's
then it
like
kinda,
there's
ruins
like
the- I
a
could
tech
definitely get
category.
my name
There's
in there.
Yeah, we could.
you know what with the Forbes 30 under 34 is good at stalking. Well, or 40 under 40 depending on your age, whatever age range you're looking. Obviously the like media,
Bachelors.
entertainment, whatever, those people we know and they're real celebrities, blah blah blah. But look at the people in like tech and advertising and whatever, and just like take go a little shopping, look for some
DM.
eligible
Yeah.
bachelors and bachelorettes. You never know. I love to stalk the Forbes lists for that reason.
I
I
do
just think
too.
it's interesting.
That's a good idea.
And it's good to know like the restaurateurs and those kind of people.
and
It's like,
this hot
ooh.
new restaurant that you haven't heard of.
Yeah. Just try to keep your finger on the pulse, trying to keep your ear to the ground, figure out what's going on. Who are the singles? Who are the new rich up and coming people? Like I need to know who's rich. I need to know who I'm up against. I need to know who I should pursue,
Two guys
Those-
that I went to college with got it this year.
Oh,
You're
And they're-
kidding
they're-
too?
They're
Oh my
both, they-
God.
like together they got it.
Oh, fantastic.
Mhm.
Oh, good for
And
them.
they're cute.
Good for them.
We're-
Oh,
Tell them I said
Forbes
hello.
30 under 30.
And they got it for tattoos.
Oh, really?
What?
For
Like,
tattoo
what's their
care.
category?
Tattoo care. I mean, I don't know what they're.
What?
Oh, I
Wait,
think
wait,
I've
wait.
seen them
Mad
on
Rabbit?
TikTok or
What?
something. I have seen them on
Mhm.
TikTok.
They're Miami grads with me.
Tattoo care.
It's like
yeah,
you put
it's
it on
like
after you
a
get a tattoo.
You use like a balm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made
So
that business.
It's like a bunch of different brands.
They started it at my school, and then
I
they.
just
Oh,
use
so they're like
I just use
entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
and they went
Entrepreneurs,
to-
like the thing that be underneath.
and then they
Okay,
went to
okay.
Shark Tank. And
Oh,
now
that's
they were on
fucking
Shark
amazing.
Tank.
Mhm. And
For
they're
Jessica's
two-
friends were on Shark Tank too. Jake
Really?
DeSicco and his brothers, and they're so cute.
Yeah.
They're like
Ooh.
Georgetown
Are they the
grads.
super
Aw,
coffee
where
guys?
are they?
Yes. They are very
Yeah,
cute.
They're so hot.
Where are
They've
they?
been in the office before.
Yeah, they've been.
Maybe
they
I
were on
have
Token.
seen them.
Where are they?
They've
I'm
been
like,
on
yo, where have
Token.
they been? Like, why don't I know?
They're
Now that you mention it, though,
really
I do think
cute.
I know who they are.
Yeah, they've been. I'm
And
pretty
they are hot.
sure.
They've
I
been
don't
on-
know if they've been on Chicks in the Office before. They came into the office or something. But yeah,
I think
they
I'm
do Super
remembering this,
Coffee.
and I think that they are hot.
And my mom always drinks super coffee. She's like, those boys are so cute.
They're like 3 lax
course.
bros.
yeah, they played
God,
lacrosse at
the
Georgetown.
dream.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
The
no,
dream,
football,
sort of.
football. Because he would come home from
Ah.
football and he had to wake up early and he'd be like, oh, like I wish I had protein in my coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, genius.
That's exciting. That's really exciting. Good
Yeah.
for these people. That
I
makes me
know.
feel good. You know, I feel like I try hard now, and I feel like I've said this before, but I try hard now to be like supportive of other people's success, because I feel like forever I've always been just like jealous, like a
Right.
jealous bitch always. And there's enough room for all of us. You know, we can all be successful. We can all make money. We can all do well, and it's encouraging to see, especially young people, doing well and like becoming these business people, because it just means like, all right, there's still time for everybody. Like everybody can jump in,
Right.
everybody can do something. It doesn't matter like how old you are, what you're doing. It, like if it's the right place, right time, right idea, like you never fucking know.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna be millionaires one day. I can't wait. I
need
can't wait
to
till we're all
invent
like
something.
when we're doing this podcast on our shared private island.
Yeah.
Or
That would be
you guys
awesome.
will take boats from your own private islands over
Oh,
to
yeah,
mine.
perfect.
Yeah. I'll keep the studio on mine. Keep it out of your way.
Perfect.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything I saw over the weekend. But there is something that I wanted to like a hypothetical for you guys. I tweeted about this. Maybe you saw it. While watching that show, The Inside Man, which is a 4-episode series, got Stanley Tucci. He's a murderer on death row, and he helps. He helps solve like murder cases. It's very good.
He's a murderer, but he helps solve murder.
Yes, he like only murdered his wife, but he also I guess was like they call him like the death row detective. It's like this whole thing.
That sounds fun.
It's very interesting, the whole thing. And David Tennant is in it, and he is a vicar, which is like a priest basically. And yes, and he gets caught up in something that is not great, and it all kind of becomes intertwined, and it's just very, very good. But there's some like kidnapping happening in there. There's some murder going on and whatever. But there is a conversation in the show where the woman who's kidnapped mentions that okay, you kidnapped me today, but tomorrow at 9:00, I have a Skype call with my sister. And if I am not there, people will notice I'm missing, and that's it. And it was like a full, like 24 to 36 hours past like when it had happened. So I started thinking in my head, excluding your parents who check in and call and whatever, and like your siblings, how long do you think it would take for people to know that you are missing? Like, and not just like ignoring your phone or like fall off the face of the earth or whatever. Like, how long genuinely do you think it would take before somebody would call the police and be like, where the fuck are they? They're not answering me.
One day.
You think one day?
My mom and I have a Snapchat streak.
Well, no, without your mom.
Without my mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
take
just people in general?
Take your parents and siblings out of the equation, because your parents, you like, if I didn't answer a group text with my parents for a day and a half, my mom would call the police.
Okay.
Like,
So just
generally.
people in general?
People like even coworkers,
the
you
G
can be
account?
included, G accounts, your best friends, people in your life.
One day. I think if I didn't
feel
hear
like
from
if
you
I
for a
didn't
day.
hear from you for a full day, I would totally call the police.
And do you think so?
And if you
Yeah.
if Gia didn't come to work,
Yeah.
wasn't, and then I texted her today because she wasn't. I wanted to get lunch and she wasn't there, and I was like, "Where the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
So
I know.
if you weren't in the office, and then I checked your location and it was like location not found, and then I didn't hear from you and I couldn't get a hold of you, I'd call the police in less than a day probably.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have past PTSD because one of my best friends in college, we went to Nashville for a school trip and she went missing.
Oh no.
And-
Real missing.
Oh yeah, like
Oh my
she
God.
She was really really drunk and she ran out of the house, and we couldn't find her from like 9 p.m. to like 6 a.m. She like showed
my
up back in the
God.
house. Yeah, she had like it was this whole thing.
That's terrible.
So my friend
That's so
literally called
scary.
the police like right away. So
Yeah.
now like whenever like I just feel like my brain just automatically goes to like the worst possible case scenario. So like if I didn't hear from either of you guys and like checked up and said like if you were missing and I texted Fran and be like, hey, have you heard from Kelly or anything?
Yeah.
Or hey, like is Sam like
yeah, like
have
my
you heard
roommate.
anything?
Yeah.
I would immediately call the police if they're like, no, I haven't heard anything like all day, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially you, because like Gia and I talk pretty much all day, every day.
Yeah.
For sure.
At least about something.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then if I didn't hear, especially if it was like a Tuesday or something, I'm like, I know you should be here.
Yeah,
Like, I
right.
know you should be at work.
Right.
I would get very concerned.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, ask Fran, be like, hey Fran, have you heard from Gia?
Yeah.
Or like any of our friends?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I would think it would be a day.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Or at least 24 hours.
I was thinking about it, and I really think it would be like a week.
No
No
way,
way,
I think
Kelly.
the only way that it wouldn't be.
We do a
I'll
podcast
tell you
together
this.
every week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The only way that it wouldn't be is work. I think that people would notice at work. But again, you guys only see me like when we do the show. So if I
see you around
if I
the
went missing,
office.
true. But if I went missing tomorrow, and you guys didn't hear from me, because we don't talk every single day.
Yeah.
And I talk to people every day, but I don't talk to the same people
people
every
every
day.
single day.
Right.
And so I think like I haven't seen her in a couple of days. And also too, with like the content people, we're kind of in and out all the time.
Right.
So I think that it would be, unless I was like missing a meeting or missing something specific, I don't think people would be like, hey, have you seen so-and-so? Or hey, have you talked to whatever? Like maybe they would say that. But I think that would be the maximum for sure. Realistically, I think probably 3 or 4 days. I think my friends would be like, "Oh, that's weird."
I haven't
But
heard
again,
from Kelly in a
sometimes I go
while.
MIA in the group chat. Like I was away this weekend and I
Right.
was like distracted and couldn't really do anything. I missed a
But
lot
you
of
were still on
conversations.
social media.
True, that's true.
And I
That's
knew where
true.
you were.
Yeah, like how many days without me on social media would you be concerned? I think I've gone like a like a holiday weekend
Yeah.
without doing anything.
Maybe like again.
It's weird to think about,
because
right?
Because we work together specifically in this
Yeah,
instance. It's like
yeah.
I would know if you weren't on the other line shit. Or like
That's true. That's
posting
true.
about it or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Or like
don't
if you weren't
know.
tweeting. Like Kelly
Yeah.
tweets a lot.
I do tweet a
I
lot.
honestly don't even take my parents into consideration because like my parents like don't really check
you
up on
know,
me.
yeah.
I feel
Mine,
like they
mine
assume
do.
they're fine.
Mine
Yeah.
don't. They don't like need to. I'm just in like group chats and stuff. And I think that if like my mom had like her alert up and noticed that I didn't respond to like 2 different group chats or something, she
Yeah.
would text me on the side and be like, hello. And
Yeah.
if I got like 4 hellos in a row over like 3 hours, she
Yeah.
freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like so that's why I took them out of the occasion. Like the minute that she kind of had
Yeah.
an inkling as to like I'm not answering, she'd freak the fuck out. And I think that like my brother and I text, but I don't think, not every day. So I don't
Right.
even know if he would see it on his own.
Yeah.
Same with my dad. Every once in a while he'll send me something, but there are times when I forget to respond to his texts. Like that,
Right.
it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
And I think with all my work would be the place that would get me found. Like I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
everybody
you
else
just wouldn't show up and be like, where the fuck is
Yeah, like
Kelly?
where are you at work? Like yeah,
Right.
why
I
aren't
know.
you here?
Yeah.
Or does anybody know where she is? Like people be wondering. I don't know, but it really had me wondering like how long. Because like I said, I've been in situations where I just have kind of been MIA for a couple of days, and I come up for air, and people are like, "Oh, where you been?" I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
depressed, asleep." Like,
Yeah.
that's usually what it is. But
I was actually having this thought the other day. I was thinking to myself because I was down bad, and I was like, if I just kind of like disappeared from like social media and like texting, I wonder if like anyone would like notice.
I think about that all the
I would
time.
almost immediately.
I think about it all the time. Like, and maybe that's a way of like I want them to notice. Like I want the attention. Like I want like would you even notice if I wasn't tweeting?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I did that shit all the time in high school.
Of
Yeah,
course,
no,
of course.
literally.
I still do that shit. I'll go MA. Like I said, I'll do nothing for like 2 or 3 days
Just to see who
wanting
reaches
to
out.
know if somebody's paying attention.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. You know, like that's psycho girl shit. But then it really does make me think about like, fuck, if I was missing, like I'm so inconsistent, I feel. Maybe I should start being a little more consistent. Maybe every day I should tweet something, like one specific thing.
Yeah.
And then if you like don't see it one day, know that I'm missing.
Right.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or if you don't see it for like a few days, be like, oh shit, she hasn't tweeted about.
If
you
I
know,
don't, if I
Taylor
haven't
Swift.
posted
Someone
like
said that
on
to
my
me.
close friends, or like
Yeah.
Or if you
private
don't
story
send
on
me,
Snapchat,
if you don't send me
Yeah.
TikToks.
yeah, then you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Gia
So
and I
that
just
I'm
send each
not
other
safe.
80 TikToks a day.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
best.
true.
I fucking love sending TikToks back and forth. It's
and
so fun.
If I'm not texting you, like, want to get lunch, and then, or you're not responding, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, the fuck, why should I want to get lunch?
Yeah,
Then I
like,
just
where's
get
this
offended
bitch?
that she doesn't want to
Yeah,
get lunch.
stomp- you
yeah,
stomp
my
over
first
here.
thought
Where the
was-
hell are you?
yes,
Yeah.
my first thought would be like, oh, they're mad at me, and then I would like
Yeah,
double text
and
them
then I
every time,
double
like,
be
are you
like,
mad at
yeah.
me? Like, do you hate me? Are we good? And then if they didn't answer even more, then I would go
Yeah.
into a spiral.
It would,
That's so
it would
funny.
start
I'm-
in like a narcissistic, egotistical place of like,
Totally.
why aren't they responding to me?
Yeah. It's like, excuse me, I'm asking you to lunch.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
answer me.
And then it's like, oh shit, Gia's gone.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's funny you say that, G, that you're worried that they're mad at you. I never think anyone's mad at me unless it's like a guy. Like if it's a guy not responding to me, I'm like, are you mad at me? Like
I
what's wrong?
always-
Because I'm
Oh,
such a weak little bitch
I
about
think
that.
everyone's always mad.
I always think
always
people
think
are
my
like, I
friends are
think
mad
people
at
are
me.
mad generally, but like I would never, that would never be the first thought. Like I would be like, oh my
Yeah.
God, are you mad at me? I also don't think I've asked any girls, like girlfriends, if they were mad at me in a long time. Like
I asked my
maybe
best-
they haven't been.
I asked my best friend that 4 days ago because she said she was happy for me. I said, are you mad?
Oh fuck.
Girl, read the room.
It's
read
like,
the text.
I just said I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um
I've gotten a little better at it. I used to be
I know.
so bad in college.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
really just worried that people
all
were
the
mad.
time. I just like from like middle school,
For sure.
just like
yeah.
always getting like kicked out of my friend group and shit, and like,
Really?
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's just like
Girls are
stemmed
so
into like
fucking mean.
anxiety.
That's
thing.
crazy.
I apologize like it's my job. Oh my God. I
Wow.
say sorry. I say sorry for everything. Everything.
That's so interesting. I feel like I'm now wondering, like, am I not apologizing enough? Like, am I fucking
No,
up? Like,
people
fuck.
point it
No,
out to
I
me
feel
all
like
the
it's
time.
better because sometimes it can get annoying when someone's always like, "Are you mad at me?" And it's like,
I
don't
no,
think-
for
yeah,
the
true.
millionth time, no.
I don't do
Yeah,
the are you
yeah.
mad at me as much anymore. I do the I'm sorry. And they're like, what are you
I do that
fucking
too.
sorry
I'll
for?
backtrack. I'll say something like the other day, I had new sunglasses on, and when I was visiting my friend and her new baby
Oh yeah.
in Raleigh, and I had new sunglasses, and my other friend, who again we've been friends since like the 4th grade, shout out to Brittany, love Brittany, and so I like put my new sunglasses on. I was like, "Do you like my new sunglasses?" And she was like, And I was like, "Oh, well, you hate them? Like, whatever." And she's like, "Well, no." And I was like, "Fine, whatever. Like, you hate them, rude." And like, I kind of went off like that. And then she later on, I like brought it up, and she just kind of like rolled her eyes and laughed, and we just kind of moved on. Like, I wasn't mad or anything.
No.
But later on, I had my sunglasses on again, and not everybody had been around when she like had that reaction. I was like, "Oh well, Brittany like fucking hates my sunglasses, thinks they're so ugly." And she was like, "No, that's not true. I said blah blah." And I was like, "No, I'm just kidding." And then later I was like, "I'm sorry. Like that was mean. I shouldn't have like you know I should have been
Put you on the
like
spot.
making you look like a bitch. Like
Yeah.
you weren't. I'm being dramatic because you weren't like beautiful sunglasses." It's like so stupid. So I'll apologize for stuff like that because I sometimes
Yeah.
feel like I'm a little too blunt or abrasive or whatever. But
Kelly, I'm the same way.
yeah. But maybe. Yeah, I gotta think about it though. I gotta make sure nobody's mad at me because I don't want to miss out on giving an apology. I'll hand out an apology all day long.
Yeah,
If
I
I'm wrong
know.
about something, I have no problem
Oh,
apologizing.
see, that's where I'll
Yeah.
say I'm sorry, but like for shit, like, and when I should apologize, it is like pulling teeth.
It's
Like if I
bad,
actually
yeah.
offend someone, I'm like, that's their issue, not mine. But if I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry because you like left pickles on my sandwich or like something stupid.
right.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have even said anything. But if
Damn.
it's like, if I'm actually being mean, then I'm like,
Right.
Get
It's
over
like,
it.
well, actually, I wouldn't have done this if you didn't do
Right.
this. Yeah. That's tough.
that's a flaw
tough.
of mine.
Yeah. We've all got flaws. We've
Yeah.
all got flaws. We all got the same flaws. And, we're just trying to live this life. But I think that, I don't know. I think that we would all probably be discovered quickly if we went missing.
Yeah.
But that's just something that I've been thinking about for a couple days now since I watched that show.
Yeah.
And I think I need to, like, I worry because I don't check in with people enough. Like, I jump into
that's like my
chats and
worst
stuff.
trait is that I
Yeah.
don't like checking on anyone.
Same. And I feel so guilty.
Same.
It's like I'll be sitting in my bed doing nothing. And I'm like, I should text like everyone I know and follow up with everyone I know, but I'm just so fucking tired. And I'm like, I can't, I don't want to get into a convo. I have so many people I need to call back. Like I have people who wish me happy birthday, and I didn't even like I responded to every text, but like one of my besties, Mark, called me, left me a lovely voicemail. I don't even think I texted him afterwards. Like, what the fuck? Am I crazy? Like I'm like, I know I got to call him, but I just, it's such a, I don't know what it is. Like I want to talk to these people. I just feel tired all the time.
I think since and I'm so young, but like since I've graduated college, I think my circle has gotten so much smaller.
Definitely.
And it's like my core friend group from college, our core friend group in New York, and then like a couple people like from other parts of my life. But I think it's at this point I'm like, I know who, like if I'm talking to you, I want to talk to you. And it's like, if I'm not like checking up on you, being like, oh my God, how are you? It's like, I really don't care that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now it's like the people who I love, like our friend group and like my best girlfriends, I'm like, I talk to them all day, every day. Other than that though, I'm like,
I appreciate group chats for that reason, because other people will like write in the chats and catch up with everybody or whatever. And I can like jump on with that and be like, oh yeah, how is everyone, or what's going on? And I like stay in the loop without having to do like all of the work, which is so fucked. Like it's so fucked up to be like, it's work having friends, but it is. It's so much work having friends, and it's so much work keeping up with your family. And like that's the hardest thing for me right now, I think, and something new that I'm very focused on in my life, where I'm just like so paranoid that I'm not keeping up with people enough. Like that I'm not, like, because people have always been so good to me. So I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm doing that back. Like I can't just expect without giving as well. Yeah. So I'm working on that too. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out how to not get so tired. Like, why is it tiring? Just keep me up with people. Like, I love these people. Like, it shouldn't be hard, but it is sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta lay in the silence.
I feel the same way.
Harry Potter going, TikTok's playing, like anything, and it's just like I don't have time to text about your everyday. Like, no, I must watch TikTok for an hour and a half. Like,
I have to disassociate.
It's non-negotiable. Yes, like it's just like shutting my brain off, and like I don't know. And maybe it's something to do with this job because it's very social. So maybe like my social battery drains faster. But we're working on the balance, ladies. We're working on the balance. It's something we're gonna work on it going into the new year, as people always say. Gotta turn it around for the new year, whatever. But interesting things to think about. I would like anybody that listens to this, I would like you to either DM me, reply on Twitter, do whatever, your thoughts, how long it would be until you were known missing, if you went missing, and what the circumstances would be. I'm just so curious because it's different for everybody. I feel like anyone who's like responded to my stories, like, or responded to my tweets, like I had people being like, it would be months. I was like, months? Like, what are you talking about?
No
months?
Way.
Like, it's just crazy. So I would love to hear people's thoughts. Like, I'm just so curious about this now for some reason. And maybe it just will encourage us all to be a little more present and,
check in
conversational. Yeah, conversational. But all right, I think that about wraps it up. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Great.
Good episode, good catch up, good fun stuff. Yeah. Rest in peace to all those people. Congratulations again, Kiki Palmer, blah, blah, blah. We will see you next week.